All right, let's jump into what we got going on today. So our first topic, the McEvoy Method, aka the Mech Method, aka the Mech Double, aka your Mech Chicken. So I know Elvis has been. I've had a little bit of talks, enough to secure the fact that Rakely Technique Solutions Library for Sprint Freestyle is elite. So shout out to Cam for verifying that. But I know Elvis has had a lot more conversations. So I guess we have some insider trading for you guys. So I'll let Elvis lead us off. What have you heard about the Mech Method straight from the horse's mouth?
Yeah, so I've been following Cam McEvoy for a long time, and I'm excited that he's leaning into the social media and like kind of sharing a lot of what he's been doing. And the more I listen, the more I realize like he's kind of doing a lot of the same stuff that I've been screaming into the void for the past decade. So I feel validated, one. And two, I still feel a little upset because I'll read these swim comments and they'll basically say, "Oh, this guy's trying the new Cam McEvoy method or the Cam McEvoy style of training," and they keep referring to it as this new thing. And I'm happy that they're giving Cam his flowers, and the recognition he deserves. But this isn't some like new magical discovery. Like this is stuff that we have been screaming about for you. In fact, I said it when they came out with USRPT. I was like, this isn't new. We just used to call this sprint training.
Yeah.
And they just repackaged it, slapped a label on it, and branded it. And then now, X amount of years later, it's the same thing.
And then even before then, you'd call it a club team that didn't train because they just did 25s and 50s all day, all out. So, yeah.
Right. So it's almost like every 7 or 8 years it gets repackaged and rebranded as something new and unproven and nobody wants to do it, but it works. That's the crazy that's not even crazy. That's the sad part about it. It works, but everyone's afraid to try it because they're so stuck in doing 10,000 yard practices and grinding out yardage and not getting any better. They just rather stick to that foolishness. So
yeah, and I think that's the thing that's because I go through this with Rakely, right? Where although I'd say my stuff's definitely, I don't think it's a repackage. I think it's new stuff. But the point I'm making is that a lot of, I'm just straight up just call it what it is. It's laziness. It's coach and athlete laziness. Obviously, I'm not going to put too much on the athlete because they're following the lead of the coach. But why are you not like in the streets, like testing this stuff out? And I'm about to be calling a lot of coaches out right now, so you just got to take this on the chin.
They deserve it.
Yeah, for real. Like when I started Rakely, it was like basically to eradicate bad coaches. Like that's just the competitor in me. It's like, yo, if you ain't down for being the best you can be, right? Like I remember Dave Marsh would say, at the end of the day, we're all Team USA, even though that rhymes. And it's like, yo, like, all right, if we're the same teammates, that means you better be bringing it every day. And if you're okay with mediocrity, I need to wipe you out and make you so uncomfortable that you quit. Like that's how I feel. So when it's like you have all these things, or it's like these kids are putting their trust in you and you're unwilling to push yourself to see if there's a better way to do things at all times, like you ain't my teammate. we ain't friends. And like that's what I see about all this stuff, like from the McMethod to even the stuff that I use. It's like, why are you not trying to see if it works? Why are you not trying to find something better? Why are you not trying to get to the next level? Why are you not trying to be the best coach you can be by finding out if what you're doing is even the best option available to you? So shout out to Cam. I don't think this actually, what he's doing should change swimming for the better. It won't though, because he's a sprinter, and there's too many events that are not sprinting for people to look at this as viable. But all you have to do is just check what he's doing and change like what you do to fit the event. So it's like it's a sad state. That's personally why I like other sports, because you either evolve or you die, and it's change happens quick. So in swimming, unfortunately, you can not want to be the best you can be and still collect a paycheck as a coach. So
yeah, and I'm glad you said that, but I'm sad you said that it should change swimming, but it probably won't, because it never has. Because this again, we're not getting exposed to anything new here. And what's interesting is when I was talking to Cam, there is some sort of degree of separation between what he's doing and what Matthias is doing right now too. And we obviously see the effects of that. This dude is dropped an 18.4 at the end of practice or something in 50 free, and then he went 49 mid.
Shout out to the Thoroughbreds, your sprint breaststroke, sprint 50 freestylers. Me too. Shout out to the Thoroughbreds. Never keep a thoroughbred in the barn.
Yeah, somebody who can sprint, freestyle, and breaststroke is just such an anomaly to me. It just never makes. I feel like those are two completely opposing body types. Like, I mean, you even look at Van. He looks like, Super Mario the plumber. It's like, like I don't know what this dude swims. you know how girls will say, like, if a dude's ugly, they'll say he looks like he snuck on Earth.
I don't know, but I never.
Well, they've never said that referring to me, of course.
Yeah, but, same here.
Yeah, Van looks like he snuck into swimming. Yeah, you know what I mean? Okay,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like he doesn't look like your typical swimmer, and I say that as someone who also does not look like a typical swimmer. So I could say that
for different reasons,
right? Yeah, but what Cam is doing is nothing new, and it should be taken seriously, and it should be used, because it's worked. It works. It's rooted in science. It's been the type of training that every high elite sport athlete has been doing for centuries. From the Greeks, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand why. I don't understand how and why swimming refuses to evolve just out of comfort and laziness is really what it is.
Yeah, and just lack of courage too, I guess, is a good way, because at the end of the day, hard work does work, right? I always say I'm an Eddie Reese purist, and I do believe in yards. Now, I know how not to do it yards and get faster, but I think at the end of the day, people just know, like, it's a safe bet to just bet in yards. You're definitely going to get fast kids out of just their heart being able to pump blood more efficiently,
Yeah. Well, like I always say, you can either be training or you can be competitively exercising. Your choice.
Yeah. I think another thing that's an issue is there's just not enough people to, and this is kind of even my goal with Rakeley, is there's not enough people to force the hands of people to adapt and evolve. Right? Like, you'd have to have, okay, let's look at this as in terms of college swimming, right? You would have to have UT, Eddie Reese UT, adopting this philosophy. You have to have Cal adopting it. So basically, you have the top two teams in the country, and people still won't be sold on it.
Yeah, I think you need like 5.
Yeah, you need like the top 5 teams to all like hardcore adopt it. We're not infusing our other philosophies that we've used in the past, just pure McMethod style.
Yeah.
And you're still going to get like, okay, we need to hear you talk about it first, instead of them just like, and this is my irritation. Like, you need to hear them talk about it instead of just taking it, getting in the gutter, and getting your hands dirty and figuring it out. Like why are you don't have time to wait. Like, there's no sense of urgency. So it's this sport is super frustrating a lot of the time.
You know what? This won't change anything, but Cam, if you're listening, Cam McEvoy, this message, I like talking to people who don't be listening. He watches the show. He's a friend of the show. So Cam, you're listening. Send me some workouts. I'm gonna do the Cam McEvoy method. I'll come out of retirement secretly. So just between you and me, I'll do
Secretly
the
on YouTube,
yeah.
on an international platform.
We'll keep this between us guys. So I will do the Cam McEvoy method through the summer, and then I'll swim a meet and see. Let's see if I can go best. Let's see if I can go 19 in the 50 free yards.
Okay, well, there it is. There it
Let's
is,
see.
America. There it is, Cam. Hook us up.
I'll do it in grown-up swimming, the grown-up swim league.
Oh my gosh. Swim league. Every time I hear swim league now, I just get like secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, true. Let's not get. Yeah, you're right.
Anyway.